I have an issue when a musical band don't know how to rhyme. This is my biggest issue. When Bob Vylan, which is arguably one of the worst names you could ever have, I'm sorry, it's just taking Bob Dylan's name and how should we ruin it? Oh, let's call it Bob. Let's call us Bob Vylan. Oh, we're so evil. And then
Listen,
going on
at
and
least
saying,
he's being honest,
he's being honest for sure.
right?
I'm just
The villain for sure.
so, and then saying death to the IDF. It doesn't rhyme. I mean,
Of course.
at least rhyme. Like the whole shtick of
That's supposed to be his shtick, right?
Exactly. No, that's supposed to be the whole pro-Palestine shtick. Is that from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. You see, like how free and sea rhymes when you say
Right.
death and IDF. Death and IDF doesn't rhyme, and that
You would think
drives me
that
crazy.
somebody who rhymes for a living would come up with something better than that.
So
seriously,
apparently they're not that good of a music duo. I think that just proves
How
my
surprising.
point. That just proves my point that
fucking surprising. And they just keep coming, after Kneecap, they just keep fucking coming.
yeah, Kneecap also said on in that particular space that Glastonbury. I hate it. I hate British names. I'm sorry, guys. Any British people here. I'm sorry, but why can't you have a name for a place that I can pronounce? Glastonbury. Oh, it's Glastonbury. Oh, Glastonbury.
Also, you never pronounce the words the way they're supposed to be pronounced. First of all, and also, what is it with British people and naming places after ham?
Oh, it's a ham. Is it ham?
Nottingham, West
Nottingham.
Ham, like all the freaking hams. What is it with ham? Seriously.
They also have like hills. Nothing Hill, other hills.
That makes sense. It's like a geographical feature. That makes sense. I don't think they have just hams lying around.
Yeah, we can arguably have a lot of issues with with the whole idea of naming stuff in Britain, in England, but I'm like just.
I think we could have like a whole episode on that, but that's not the point.
Yeah, no. We're just like the whole issue of, I mean, like a lot of people said, right? You have a problem with Israel, fine. You want to free Palestine, whatever it means. Have at it. Say free Palestine. Go ahead. Death to the IDF, and then
say free Palestine from Hamas.
Yeah,
just a suggestion.
Of course. Just also a suggestion. But
just spitballing here.
Him saying death to the IDF and making the whole place chant it back like a fucking sheep people, and then saying inshallah. I have an issue with that as well, because what would the Muslims who serve in the IDF think of that? Just a suggestion,
that's an excellent question.
One thought that just arrived into my mind. Those same Muslims, some of them also very religious, that pray 5 times a day during, IDF missions. What would they think when they hear something like this? Death to the IDF. Inshallah.
Yeah. That is a very good question. That is a very good question. You know what? I think you should ask Mansour that.
I did. He will.
That's an excellent question.
He will answer. He will answer when he wakes up.
I think you guys should talk about that.
Yeah, I think we should talk about it. Yeah, maybe we'll have a talk either tomorrow or after tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, I have like. We have said from the beginning of October 7 onward, like after October 8, and we saw all those people out on the streets chanting free Palestine and everything, we already said from this point, this is going this is only going to escalate. And here we are at the point of escalation. How we are going from free Palestine to death to the IDF, this is my question. It's either that they were already from the beginning hateful toward Israel, or they were even just brought to the idea, you know what, I really hate what Israel is doing, so now I'm like, oh my god, we should just kill them all. We should just kill them all. Kill all the Israelis.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, that when you say death to the IDF, what you actually mean factually is death to most Israelis, because most Israelis serve in the IDF. So that's basically, let's just annihilate Israel, And were they already hateful and hostile from the start? Yes. I mean, like we talked last time, so many organizations were aware that October 7th was going to happen. They knew about it beforehand. They were ready. Their flyers were ready. Their logos were ready. Their chants were ready. They were out on the streets. Like October 8th, they were out on the streets already talking about the genocide in Gaza when the IDF wasn't even in there yet. It took them another 2 weeks or something to even prepare to go in there. So everybody was gearing up to it. Everybody was just preparing for it. Everybody was very much aware that the IDF was not in Gaza. Israel was not in Gaza. Israel withdrew from Gaza in 2005.
No,
and
yeah.
Anyone who cares knows this. This is about anti-Semitism. Anyone who keeps going on about anti-Zionism not being anti-Semitism is a moron, or knows exactly what they're saying, and they are an asshole.
Also,
period. That's what it is.
We just saw, I just saw another clip. Like, everybody is talking about the clip of them, of Bob Vylan saying death to the IDF. Everybody's talking about it, and it's horrible. Nobody's talking about one of the videos that they said before, or I think after, that one of them, the same guy said, years ago we were working with with a Zionist record album producer, and he was always on about how he loves Israel and everything. And of course he was talking about a Jew. Like, we know he was talking like a Zionist. Oh my god, yeah, he was a Jew. And then he said, oh, and when Kneecap were targeted by multiple producers, music producers, guess who I saw? One of the names of that fucking, he was against Kneecap. Imagine that. The audacity of a Jew to be against someone who says, up Hamas, up Hezbollah, fuck the Tories, kill the Tories. Oh my god, who would have thought to be against a terrorist lover?
It's hilarious. It is hilarious how tolerant the West is to people chanting to kill their own political representatives in their own country, as long as they are speaking out against Israel and against the Jews. If you're speaking out against the Jews, then it's totally fine.
It's clout.
It's totally fine.
Right
you
now,
want to kill the Tories, you want to kill your political representatives here in the UK, not a problem, as long as you oppose Israel, as long as you are going against Zionism.
It's become a thing that you can...
to violence, it's terrorism, but...
It's become a thing that, if I want millions of views and people to like me and everything, oppose Zionism. It's like, if I'm an anti-Semite,
yes,
now I can freely say it. Or if I don't care about Zionism and I don't care about Jews, and I just I know I can get a lot of views and a lot of money out of it, then that's what I'll do. Like Candace Owens, like Tucker Carlson. I'm pretty sure that, again, I don't know about it, but I'm pretty sure that Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens don't have a problem with Jewish people. They just sell their soul to anyone that gives them the highest bidder. Oh, you have more money, Qatar?
On payroll.
Yes, of course. Oh, so being anti-Jewish is more profitable? I guess I'm anti-Jewish then. I guess that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, Qatar is paying me. Great, keep it going.
You know how you tell it apart? It's ridiculous that we even have to say this. But you can tell these people apart really well from people who are just very misinformed, but mean well. People who actually care. You can
Yes.
tell by the way they talk. People who are genuinely concerned about the human beings and the women and the children in Gaza, and people who are just spewing hate. And they don't even care about the well being of people in Gaza. They just don't. They undermine it. They go above and beyond to undermine every single thing that can make their lives better, like getting rid of Hamas, like having Israel and the United States provide aid instead of fucking UNRWA, who UNRWA workers are Hamas members. They are diverting the aid. People don't care. That's why people keep saying, no, let the UN do it, because they don't actually care that babies are being fed in Gaza. They only care to freaking tear down Israel.
And I
That is
love,
it.
I
You
love
can
how
tell.
I love how you connected both, because that was actually my second point. That some
Me too.
people, that, like you said, some people are, that they are just lying through their teeth and they're being paid, like Dave Smith, like Candace Owens, like Tucker Carlson, like those all, like the woke right and also the woke left, right? There's also like far left, but there's those who really knows how to act. Like, they are such good actors, and I think one of the best actors who really plays on the, like, the violins of your heart is like, we care about the Gazans, we care about the Gazans, is your friend, your best buddy, Gutierrez, who loves. He's such an actor. He's such. We care about the Palestinians. It's so horrible to see what's going on here. There, it's we just it's a humanitarian crisis. It's just horrible, horrible. He is such an
Yeah, he
actor.
cares so much.
He is. I'm
Poor
sorry.
Guterres.
I have no problem with fat
Yes.
people. I'm fat as well. I'm chubby. I'm chubby. I have no problem with fat people. But you can see that he is fat on money, and just, he is like so fucking,
Yes.
he is one of those fat people who are, that they are like gluttony, just like gluttonous,
Yes.
like eating, like, oh, I will
For
eat.
power and money and influence.
I'm so sorry for the Gazans people who cannot eat. Now can I order the $400 steak, please? I want the $400 steak. While I'm eating, I will cry for the Gazan people. Oh, I think I ate too much. Oh, no, I'll keep eating. I'll
Yes,
keep
he will
eating.
season his food with the salt from his tears over baby Palestinians.
Oh, can
Yes,
you
of
cry?
course.
Can you cry
It's
on my
not
steak? Can you cry on my steak, please?
it's not surprising from a guy who bailed on his country to go to a better position in Europe. So, he's just being true to himself. This is who he has always been. I've always hated the guy. A lot of people do. And what I hate the most is the amount of recognition and power that his office gives him, that people trust him implicitly, and he looks like such a good guy. Like, he's kind of like the Pope,
He has said
calling for
puppies.
peace around the world.
He has said puppy eyes.
Yeah,
Like the said puppy eyes,
he
like, oh,
does.
oh, I'm
And
so
he
sorry for
milks
the
it.
cousins. Yes, yes, he milks it. This is why he's such a good, like, this is why he's so good in the UN. And I'm saying it as, bad for us, good for the UN, because what is the UN if not the biggest money laundering scheme of just taking money from the people to give it to the fucking fat cats, fucking fat cats
Yes.
who just use it, or go and give it to the fucking terrorists like Hamas and Hezbollah.
Just the sheer amount of donations that they receive throughout their multiple organizations, including UNICEF, is just ridiculous. I keep getting letters. They mail, listen, it's ridiculous. This is 2025. People have emails. They mail letters multiple times a year. I want to say, like, I get maybe like 6, 7, 8 letters a year
Wow.
with like the little flyers with the starving children in Africa, begging people for donations. Guys, if you only saved the fucking money that you're spending on that whole thing.
Are
But
we?
that's not the point.
No,
That's
I'm
not the
just like,
point. And also
are
the
we in the
other thing,
90s? I'm just like, are we in the 90s? Either like, not just the starving kids in Africa is, I'm sorry, fucking very 90s, and also male. Like, aren't we supposed to be
yes,
more economic and saying don't cut out,
saving
cut trees?
the planet.
Yeah, what about cutting to
Yes,
trees?
yes.
For fucking, oh no, we'll
Isn't it
cut the trees.
hilarious?
We'll cut the trees to show you dead, like, starving kids in Africa. So uh, logic,
Isn't
I
it
guess.
freaking hilarious?
Yeah.
It is.
Also,
It shows how freaking I don't even know. Go ahead.
no, it's like, if we're talking about hypocrisy, we'll get back to
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Glastonbury.
Glastonbury.
Glass. What she said. So there's a video.
That's what she said.
There's a video of Jeremy Corbyn at that festival years ago. I think it was like in 2017, and he said, "Look at that wall over there. Look at that wall." And there was like a big sign on the wall saying, "Build bridges, not walls." And it was on the wall inside of the festival. It was on the wall, and
I love the irony.
it's not just the irony. It's also, you need to pay 400 quids to get into this fucking festival. It's like, people. I saw videos. It's predominantly white British entitled nepo babies, just fucking entitled white people, and they all chant, and also not a single British flag. You would see a Lebanese flag, you would see an Iranian flag, not the good one, the bad one, and you will see like
Yeah.
a Palestinian flag, but not a single. Oh, and an Irish flag, but not a single British flag. Very patriotic. Very patriotic.
Ireland is worse than Canada right now, and we'll circle back to Canada, by the way. We have to talk about your song, but
Oh, Canada.
That is so good. That is so good. People have really been loving it. Ireland is completely screwed. Like, they are far gone. And I was talking to a friend the other day that was saying that she studied there. She's heartbroken because she went to university there. She had so many friends. She knew so many people. And of course, they all pretty much shunned her because she supports Israel. And it's just heartbreaking. But she says that they feed off of, setting themselves up as the eternal victim. Yeah. Which is not a great way for a country to thrive. I'm just going to say it. Look at Israel. Imagine if Israel was playing the victim card all the time, and poor us, and waiting for other people to come and help. No, guys, that's not the way to go. That's just not the way to go. Going back to the UN, the thing that I also wanted to say, they are extorting money from people everywhere. We have a specific paying app here in Portugal that everybody uses. It's even connected to like your bank accounts, etc. And every single time you make a payment, also on PayPal, you get asked, do you want to donate €1 to random organization? I would say 60% of the time, it's something UN connected, UNICEF, just something like that. They are getting so much freaking money. But the other thing, they're not just money laundering and being gluttons. One of the biggest issues with the UN, I don't know if we've addressed it yet, is the fact that anyone who works for the UN has diplomatic immunity.
Of course.
Which is a breeding ground. As we know, we have countless examples of this. As we know, this is a breeding ground for anyone who wants to abuse their power and influence to go there and do whatever the hell they want because they can, and they're not going to be held accountable to anyone. They do not answer to any courts at all, not even the freaking international court or whatever. They don't answer to the Hague. They don't answer to anyone. And this is what happens. You know, if we can draw a parallel here. Where do pedophiles go? Pedophiles go to work in schools, in kindergartens, anywhere where they have access to their victims. You know, historically, many in the church, in the Catholic Church, for instance, for various reasons, we could go on and on about that. Where do you find the most arsons? A lot of arsonists are firefighters. Imagine that. So where do you think that people who thrive on using their power and their influence and getting greedy and getting rich, and in many cases, people who like to abuse their power, also in the UN peacekeeping forces, over the last few decades, how many scandals have we heard of soldiers of the UN committing atrocities, raping people, abusing people, denying them help, just the worst kind of abuses that you can imagine. And these are only the things that got out. These are just the things that became public, because they are very, very good at putting everything under the rug and you know, putting like a gag on it. This is just what we know of.
Because nobody
Another thing
like,
that we should think about,
because nobody is like checking them out. So how, this is why it's so fucking like easy for them to just sweep it out of the rug, because they are the only ones who know about this scandal. So this is why it's so fucking easy.
Yes.
And when you have whistleblowers,
this is why you need accountability.
And when you have whistleblowers, they are like silenced so quickly. So like, if you have somebody who doesn't support even just the narrative that the UN is trying to dictate, they're pushed to the side. They are fired. It happens all the fucking time. All the fucking time.
Sometimes they're not just fired, by the way. Sometimes they're not just fired. They are fired. They ruin their careers forever. They cannot work anywhere. They're like toxic assets. But sometimes it goes much, much deeper and darker than that. Once again, I will keep saying it, guys, go watch Ali Tabrizi's series on his YouTube about exposing the UN. Please do. If you want to understand why Israel and Israel supporters are going on about the UN being corrupt, and if it sounds to you like a conspiracy theory and you actually care and you actually want to understand what is going on with actual evidence and people who had real access, go watch that.
Well, to be fair,
like we always say, don't take our word for it. Go do your proper research and go and understand why the UN is rotten to the core.
To be fair, he was checking up the UN way before he was a Zionist. Like, he did not declare he did not declare any support for Israel. He was an Iranian who escaped Iran. He was born there, and he escaped, I think, when he was 12. And he was very anti-regime of the Iranian Republic, the Islamic Republic of Iran. But he was never advocate and loud for Israel until recently. Like, even after October 7, it took him some time to like see the dynamics and understand the conflict and say, you know what, I actually do support Israel because they are the only ones who do fucking something against the Islamic Republic of Iran and not unfrozen them millions and billions of dollars in assets and giving them the fucking weapons to do what they want, like building a fucking nuke.
Yes. And you know, I really respect those people because, first of all, that was my journey as well when October 7th happened. And people like him, people like Mike, like Coptic, which you're probably going to meet on the channel soon as well. Who didn't just, of course, it hit them what October 7th, you know, the horrors of October 7th were like the first waking up call for these people. But they took their time. They did their due diligence. They started asking questions. They started looking elsewhere, and they took their time to come to a conclusion. So it's not just an emotion driven thing of like, oh my God, poor Israelis, now I support them. They actually did their homework and they know what they're talking about. And these are some of the best advocates that we can have. People who know the other side, people who supported the other side, people who came around, not just because somebody pulled on their heartstrings and they saw the horrible images, but because they actually looked into it and learned the truth. Those are the best voices that we have out there. And it's just,
I
I
will
respect
say
those people so
I
much.
agree with you totally. I will say that yes, um, it's important and it's also very valid to talk from your emotions and be, struck with either side, even if you're seeing what's going on in Gaza and even if you're seeing what's going on in Lebanon and Iran, and
Of
say
course,
it's horrible. And it's okay to feel this way.
it
We
is.
are humans, we are not robots. But I will say that I totally agree with you that I prefer people who are Zionist by logic than Zionist by emotion. I prefer people who it's like, again, I don't care if let's say like this. I really don't care if you are Zionist or not. I really care if you think for yourself, if you are critical in what people are telling you and not just gobble everything that people say. Neither the Israeli
Yes.
side, don't believe everything the Israeli side is telling you. Nobody's telling you we are perfect. Nobody's telling you Israel is,
Yeah.
for sure, Bibi Netanyahu is one of the biggest liars we have here in Israel. I will out and say that. Um, do I support him attacking Iran? For sure. I mean, it doesn't matter who will attack them, who will attack the infrastructure.
Iranians supported him.
Well,
Iranians
Iranians
supported
are
him.
supporting him more than the fucking West is supporting him. This is where the lunacy is, like, separating. This is where
Iranians
people are just
have
don't
been,
understand.
yes, Iranians have been since the beginning, since October 7th, some of the biggest, loudest supporters of Israel, because they know the Islamic Republic of Iran is behind it. They lived through it, or at least they have family members who lived through it. Many of them have family there, and they know what's up. They have been supporting Israel from day one.
Not you know
And
what?
that should tell people
even those
something.
even those who did not support Israel. I heard some people who said, I did not support Israel for what they're doing in Gaza and everything and blah 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 blah, but I do support Israel attacking the IRGC. So
Yes.
even those who do not support and don't claim to be Zionist and paid by the Mossad and stuff, like, bullshit like that,
Yes.
even they are saying, why are the West talking over Iranians who support the
Yes.
attacks, who support
Which
and
is the
say,
biggest crime in wokeism, talking over people. And that's exactly what they keep doing. That's exactly what they keep doing. Iranians who are not brainwashed by the regime, or who are scared to speak up because they do horrible, atrocious things to anybody who speaks up. So again, don't necessarily take an Iranian living in Iran's word at face value when they're talking to you now on camera, because you know, don't be an idiot.
it's
But they
people.
trust, the thing is that they trust Israel to do exactly what Israel did, which was targeted, precise, surgical attacks. Dude, listen, you look at the images, it's not just one or two. You look at the images of the apartment buildings where they assassinated members of the regime, where you have a freaking hole in the wall in the bedroom they were sleeping in,
Just the
and the
entire
whole
building.
rest of the building is intact. You have the next door neighbors to the left, to the right, up and down with their lights on. Everything is fine. There's no fire. There's no nothing. They are just targeting those people.
It's
They
crazy.
trust. When Israel was bombing Iran, people were on rooftops When Iran was bombing Israel, people were down in the bunkers. It's not that they also targeted civilians, they only targeted civilians. And Israel did the opposite of that.
Yep.
These are
True.
facts. You wanted
True.
to say something.
Yeah, I did want to say something. I wanted to say that the West, specifically the woke side, if we're talking about either the left or right, they have a very, I should say, narrow point of view, and I would really mean like physically narrow, because those people who hear people saying stuff like people from Iran saying, "Oh, please don't attack us." If you just zoom out a bit, you will see that they have a fucking gun to their head, saying, "Oh, please don't attack us." Like it's the same problem that we had like a year ago when they released some hostages. Hamas released some hostages, and we had like the whole charade and, oh, let's parade them and everything, and they made them kiss their fucking Hamas, hostage takers, and
Yes,
everybody
Omer
was like,
Shemtov has to kiss them in the
"Oh,
forehead.
look, they actually love them. He kissed him. He actually loves them." Like, zoom out for a bit, you fucking moron, and watch all the guns there, and then ask yourself, maybe he was coerced
Yes,
to fucking kiss him because he's a fucking terrorist. I would
yes,
kiss him on the mouth. I would kiss him on the mouth if I had a terrorist next to me with a gun. I don't know. I would probably do even more than that. Sorry to say that, but I'm fucking scared for my life. So I would do something
yes,
to not die.
yes.
Everybody,
And to consider
anybody,
also,
anyone who says otherwise, is a fucking hypocrite and a liar. And I'm saying it
yes,
right now. If you have a gun to your head, you would know, you would do anything, to not
yes,
get that bullet in your
especially
fucking brain.
if you had a gun to your head after being tortured, abused, starved, terrified, traumatized for months or even over a year for some of them, and this was your only way out, you would do anything. And another thing, consider that some of the people who got out, especially in early days, still had family members there. Also, the other thing that just drives me freaking crazy is how people, especially people in the West, feel like they are entitled to their stories, they are entitled to their trauma, they are entitled to their pain. They do not have to disclose that. They do not have to share that with us. It was horrifying. Some of the things that we heard, there were people gloating in the way that they looked. There were people saying, where are the pregnant women? Where are the babies that were born in Gaza? And saying, literally saying, that was proof that there was no sexual abuse during October 7th, when they freaking live streamed it. They live streamed it. Some people are not just misinformed, they are hateful, they are hypocrites, they are horrible, horrible humans. And sadly, those are the ones who are driving the narrative for a lot of people.
I think
And
it's
I just
very
wanted to
interesting.
circle back.
Yeah, no, I just want to say something, and I think it's very interesting what you're saying. It always gets to my, like, I always thought of that after October 7, how an infection can go from one brain to the other by speech alone. Like how people say, like the same thing with radical Islamists, right? They're saying, well, just because they speak like radical people, it's not like they're radical. I'm sorry. If somebody is spreading radical and Islamist beliefs and is saying it to other people, nevertheless, that some of them are also children that are very susceptible to, hearing what adults say and just accepting whatever they hear. But even
Of
grown-ups
course.
who are just listening to this. So it just proves the point that you can be radicalized at any age, at any state of your life, and accept realities that are not true, accept fantasies and see them as truth, and then be like, and then the sickness can go from one place to another and drive
Yes.
more and more people. And that's what we're seeing today. We are seeing a mind virus that is just spreading by those people like, oh, I love this band, Bob Vylan. I love listening to them. Oh, they're chanting death to the IDF. Well, I don't know. I never was like very political before, but I guess I accept what they're saying because I respect them. I respect the music, so I guess I will chant it back. Death to the IDF,
And you
just
have the
because
mob
you know.
mentality.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
if everybody is saying it, it has to be true.
Of course.
That is just so dangerous, and it's so pervasive, and it's just, and that's the thing, guys. Put things, actually compare things, and don't freaking gaslight people. Going back to the whole accountability thing, what we were talking about the UN, that's the difference. I've said this before, and I will say this again because it's so important. Israel holds people accountable. It holds the IDF accountable. It holds the settlers who fuck up accountable. They are tried. They go on trial. They go to prison.
I'll say
The
something
only
on that.
reason why we of so many, the only reason we know of these instances that happen, they happen everywhere, in every single army, in every single country, in every single conflict. Everywhere there is crime and hate and racism everywhere. The only reason why we know of these cases in the West is because Israel is speaking on it.
We
Think.
have free speech in this country. We have just an example. We just had some like recently, like I think like 24 hours ago, we had some settlers burning houses and cars in Ramallah.
It was a couple days.
Yeah, a few days ago, and we had some soldiers, dragging them back, like taking them to prison, and they were firing at them as well. And Smotrich, that little sneaky son of a bitch, that just, I also always, my hate to Ben Gvir and Smotrich is like, do I hate him more? Do I hate him more?
Which one is the worst?
Which one? And it's
Yeah.
always like they're always fighting over it. Like everyone has something bad, like worse to say every time. And he said, shooting live ammunition at Jews is a red line. I'm sorry. Are we now supposed to check their ethnicity and religion? I didn't know we were doing that in fucking Israel. Everybody's shitting on him right now because of this fucking idiotic remark. Because, guess again,
Because
we have a fucking free speech.
These idiots do not represent the majority of Israelis. They don't. Haaretz as well is probably bought off at this point. It's the only possible logical explanation. And I have zero respect for people who cherry pick. You either do not trust a country or do not trust an organization, and you don't trust them, period, and you don't accept anything that comes from there, or you do.
Yeah.
And people who keep undermining everything that Israel is proving they are doing, and then they take something that Haaretz published, or something that an extremist said, or somebody who is on the Iranian payroll said in Israel, and they go like, see, they say it themselves. This is true. We are telling the truth. Because this one fucking idiot who is either crazy or being paid said something. So what is it? Which one is it? You cannot trust Israelis, or you trust some Israelis because it fits your freaking narrative, even though every single piece of evidence is against it. But you don't care about the facts. All you care about is corroborating your narrative. It's just, the bias is unreal, and it drives me freaking crazy. It drives me crazy.
Can you say Haaretz again? Because just say Haaretz again.
Why?
Because it's so cute. It's just so cute.
No.
Say
No.
Say Haaretz again, please. It's so cute.
No. It's recorded already. People can just go back and hear it.
Haaretz.
I don't speak Hebrew. I'm sorry. I don't speak Hebrew.
Why are you sorry? I just said it's cute.
Okay, then it's cute, and people can go back and hear it.
Alex,
Hmm.
Alex. With your Portuguese.
Well, why don't you talk Portuguese for a bit?
Because I stopped learning. I
How
need
is
to.
how is your Portuguese going?
No bueno.
Yeah, that's not even good Spanish.
Well, see, I point made. I rest my case.
So cute. You are so cute. But it's okay.
No parla portuguesa. No, no bueno.
Hey, it's fine because first of all, in Portugal, people speak English, kind of like in Israel, and also because I'm the one moving there, so I'm the one who needs to learn Hebrew. So
Exactly. What do
Yeah.
I need Portuguese for? Like to curse
Yeah.
Brazil or Portugal? No,
You're so
Brazil, Brazil to the bam.
Oh my god, you're very cute.
And we will finish
We
our
come full circle.
conversation here. Thank you for coming to our political couples therapy.
Yes, badly needed.
Very
Clearly,
needed. Yeah,
we're just working through our frustrations and this whole crazy thing
together.
and you guys get to watch it. You
Yeah.
get to watch all our crazy.